What is up, you lot? My name is SIF and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be discussing and breaking down The Walking Dead Season 3 and New Frontier Episode 3 Above the Law teaser trailer that we got at PAX EAST 2K17 on the 10th of March. If you haven't seen it, I'm about to play it, so sit back, relax, grab a snack and let's get straight into the video.
Ever since the junkyard, you've been nothing but a fly in my ointment.
Cool.
You know what you did! You killed that little girl! Mari! You brought this on yourself, Badger. This is for Mariana. You had it coming a long time. Hello again, Clementine. He stays.
Monsters! No!
So, what do you guys think? I think episode 3 does really look good in my opinion. I think it has a lot of potential, and from the trailer it does really look like the amount of production and effort that went in is what we should have had in episode 1 and episode 2. First shot we do see is, first scene we have Javier, his group. It's a flashback back in the actual junkyard that we went to rescue our niece and nephew, and basically you have an episode 3 dialogue line over that flashback which says something like, ever since at the junkyard, you've been a flying something.
Ever since the junkyard, you've been nothing but a fly in my ointment.
Now, the voice is actually inaudible, so you can't really hear it as well. Telltale does a very good job of making it inaudible. I can't really hear the last two words. I've tried listening a couple of times, but it's not really making a lot of sense to me. Maybe those who have better ears than me can actually comment down in the comments down below and tell me what it is. But in my opinion, I think that's actually Badger talking to Javier. There's a bit of tension which actually kind of does link with the fight scene that we're going to see later on. So guys, the next scene we see, obviously it's a major scene for this. We actually see the scene where Javier actually storms in Badger's room or whatever with a baseball bat. Obviously you see Badger actually loading up his double sword of shotgun like he wants to actually kill Javier. There's gonna be beef. It looks like it's going to be a high moment in the actual game series, and you can see right there, you see where Badger's loading up his gun and everything. There's a mini Easter egg which you guys might have not seen the first time. I definitely didn't see them the first time. If you see on the desk, there's a mug, there's a cup there, and if you read closely you can actually see it says world's best uncle. Wow. Okay, now Telltale obviously did this intentionally because they wanted to obviously resemble a point where Javier is an uncle to Mariana, who's dead. Javier is trying to get revenge for Badger killing a little girl. World's best uncle? I think so. If Javier's going for revenge after Mariana's death, it's kind of like the world's best uncle. I really do think that's a very neat point there. It's very good, and you know, it's very hard to miss it, but it's nice. Now you see there's a fight between them two. He uses that mug, the world's best uncle mug, and hits him with it, and then there's a couple of scenes you can see actually Badger actually has a bloody nose, so perhaps from the cup or something, and then you actually see Badger with a wrench hit him and then pushes him throughout the glass, and he has the baseball bat, kicks him, and there we have Javier with a lot of blood, a lot of tension rising as well. Looks like Javier is in agony and pain, and then you can see right there Javier with the sword shotgun in his hand. He's a bit hurt, and so is Badger, but obviously Javier looks more hurt and more damaged rather than Badger. Bang, it goes black screen. What's the next scene, guys? What do you guys think? Come on, guess. We see Javier picking up a baseball bat, and you know, he's looking like, you know, he's obviously Javier is an ex-baseball player looking for revenge like Drake, and right there you can actually see Badger. He is like in agonies, his eyes widen, he's bloodied, but look at the posture of his body. He's got one hand on his guts, the other hand is kind of laying down on the floor, making me believe that Javier actually shot him in the guts when in the previous scene. Badger actually has his hands over his guts, and you know, he's laying down against the wall trying to apply pressure. So in my opinion, I think it could be a decision of whether Javier wants to shoot Badger or wants to spare him. But yeah, I think Badger does get shot in the guts because he has one hand over his guts and the other hand is laying down. And then we see David saying,
Hello again, Clementine.
but that's not it. I'm not skipping to the next scene straight away. Look behind David. Do you guys see anything? You see a sign saying, be careful. Okay, so Telltale, I think they definitely did this on purpose, because David, he has not improved. I don't think he has. I think he's only become a worse human being and, you know, an evil person. And then you see Clementine with the actual gun in her hand when she confronts David, and behind you actually see Prescott. What does this have to do? I think, you know, I don't know, but Prescott is back there. The Prescott sign was back there, and Prescott is obviously the community that we were in for like a couple of hours, and then the New Frontier took down. But then the next scene is a scene that people are very mad at. You see Ava, you see David, you see a random guy that looked like, what are you dressing as, fam? You see Clementine in the middle with AJ, protecting him, holding him dear to himself, to her soul. And what else do you see? You see a fire and a little metal pipe thing in the background, which leads me to believe this is a flashback. Then not only does it look like the community is still only starting to become reformed, like this is the beginning of the community. This reminds me that this will be a flashback, and at this time Clementine will only get branded at this time. This is where the flashback scene where I think Clementine will get branded, just because of the fire and the metal pipe. I think that's how they use it. And David says
He stays.
Monsters! No!
he stays with us. And then we see AJ looking very pale and he has bags under his eyes. People are saying he's bitten. I personally don't think he's bitten, just because why would Clementine hold the gun back at David here in this point? So why would she hold a gun at gunpoint at David? I think this only because she wants AJ back. But if he is bitten, she probably wants revenge. But I don't think he's bitten. I think this is because she wants AJ back. Like, you can see AJ is pale, but he's not bitten. He did not have any vaccines. He was born into the zombie apocalypse, so he's more likely to get sick much easier than any of us who were not born into the zombie apocalypse. Clementine is on the quest for revenge to get AJ back, and obviously The Walking Dead available for download March 28th. That is our release date. I was hoping for March 14th, March 21st, but it's March 28th. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this breakdown video. It's been one heck of a week for Walking Dead news. I'll see you guys in a bit.